Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another video from South African Motorcyclist. Another review today. Another morning scooter key. Okay, so today we are lucky enough to be on the new 2023 Honda CB500X. I know that they did the launch now at the end of 2022. We didn't go to the launch, but I have had a look at the video footage and stuff from the other guys on the launch. And it's very interesting because Honda's punting this as an adventure bike. It is an adventure bike. It does have adventure capabilities, obviously with a parallel twin motor on it. Torque curve is ideal for off-roading and stuff like that, and or not like heavy off-roading. I mean, you're not gonna ride this on routes that you're gonna ride your YZ250 on or something like that. So I figured, you know what, let's do something a little bit different to what everybody else has done so far, and let's ride this thing through town. Let's commute with this thing for the week that we've had it. And I can tell you this much: the week that I've had this thing commuting has been absolutely a blast. I have tried it out on the highway a few times. Although the engine is more than capable of it, you know, it's not ideally where you want to be riding it. You don't really want to be riding it on the highway. This isn't a long distance adventure bike. This isn't your GS, this isn't your Africa Twin or your Super Duke Super Adventure from KTM or anything like that. This for me, I don't know, it strikes me more like the NC750. As you can see, I'm holding pace with the traffic. Lacquer, it's small, it's light, it's nimble. I can move around with the traffic a lot easier than on something bigger than like an Africa Twin. Although the Africa Twin is still very maneuverable through traffic, it's not nearly this light. So yeah, one thing I did find very good about this bike with commuting with it now this week was the fuel efficiency. So, I mean, obviously take into account I'm riding the hell out of this bike. In all honesty, I won't even try and beat around the bush about that. I have been riding this bike quite hard to test it to its full capabilities. Sorry, got a little tongue tied there for a second. So one thing I did notice about this bike is the fuel efficiency. The fuel efficiency on this bike is absolutely unreal. With mild, moderate riding in traffic, you know, riding like your everyday person would, not how I would, how your average everyday human being would ride this bike in traffic, commuting to and from work. I think I managed to get about 2.8, between 2.8 and 3 liters to 100 k's, which is like, what? It's better than an NC750 fuel efficiency wise, and mind you, for that matter as well, as far as I'm aware, this thing's got like 2 liters extra on the tank as opposed to the NC750, which is like, I think we worked that out. You should get easily over 500 k's if you're riding it moderately. You should get over 500 k's out of a tank, which is unreal. I know I stopped at the petrol station during the week to fill up with petrol, and I think it was like 280 bucks or something like that. So 280 rand, and you're getting just over 500 k's out of a tank. And do the maths, that's like brilliant, you know. So very fuel efficient. It's very nimble on the road. It's actually kind of daunting how nimble this bike is on the road. It's so light, it just wants to hit the road. And you know, the added fact that you have the benefit of being able to go a little bit adventure on it as well. I know that with the launch, like I was saying, I looked at the videos from some of the other guys in South Africa on the launch, and I mean, they were going through some seriously thick and nasty mud, and those guys were pushing these bikes through it, no problems asked. It just wants to go. This is one of those little bikes that just wants to take you everywhere. It's, dare I say it, it's thumper quality. It's unreal. But like I said, I mean, you know, we figured we'd do something different, like we always do with South African motorcyclists. And we figured, okay, we're not going to do the whole adventure thing. We're going to rather do commuting, which at 120k, which is what this bike's going to set you back brand new. Okay, bear in mind that obviously doesn't have all the extras and stuff on, but I mean, still at 120k base model, which is what your commuter is going to be more or less paying for a bike nowadays, because that's what bikes are going for. Yes, you have the KTM 390 as an option. You have the BMW 310 as an option in the same price bracket, but you're not riding a 390 or a 310. You're riding a 500cc parallel twin. So, you know, I've been talking about it for a bit now. Before Honda announced that they're gonna actually launch the 500 in South Africa, we've had a serious lack of middle-ranged bike capacity in the country for quite a while now. It's always been 125, maybe the odd 250, and then just like 600s, and then thousands and up. You know, I mean, that's, when it comes to the biking community in South Africa, we're, I don't know, dare I say it, we're a bit American. Bigger is better, but you know, bigger isn't always better. You don't exactly want to be riding your prized GSA or your Harley Ultra Glide or something like that in everyday traffic. With this gives you, look, I mean, it's not gonna excite the hell out of you. It's not gonna scare you, which is also a good thing, because it's actually a very nice bike for it's a very nice bike for, Sam, this guy's now moving over like there's no tomorrow for me, and I'm not going past him, not on this hill. It's a very nice segment to get this bike into, is that middle class, which is where you're actually looking for a bike for everyday commuting. It's fuel efficient like there's no tomorrow. It's absolutely unreal how fuel efficient this bike is. It's light, it's nimble, it's easy to ride, but at the same time, I think it's like 42 or 43 kilowatt or something like that. It's not powerful. It's not going to break your neck on acceleration, and it's not going to excite the hell out of you. It's not a Fireblade, guys. You know, you got to take that into account. It's not a Fireblade, but it's still got enough grunt. I mean, yeah, I am on an incline overtaking cars, no problems at all. There's enough power that I can get past them, but it's not ripping my arms. It's not pulling me. It's not hurting me at all. This is the ideal everyday commute, and the fact that it's so light and nimble, especially with the road conditions that we got at the moment. I mean, you can check the potholes here are unreal. I'm avoiding potholes like there's no tomorrow, because I just throw this thing around. That's how light this thing is. It's brilliant. I absolutely love it. I must say, I'm very fond of this. And like I say, I mean, brilliant fuel mileage, incredible fuel efficiency. I mean, there we go, 80 k's an hour. I'm in 6th gear. I haven't dropped gears. It's got the torque curve. It's got more than enough torque to accelerate itself out of a situation. And it's small enough that I can effortlessly, barely on the brakes, go through traffic, which is nice. Honda's really done something nice. The dashboard, I know a couple of the guys have been oohing and ahhing about the dashboard, because apparently the sun hits the dash and you can't see much. But on a bike like this, commuting, how often are you actually going to be looking at the dash? You shouldn't be looking at the dash while you're commuting, because looking at the dash while you're commuting is dangerous, guys. Just putting it out there. You need to be focused on what's ahead of you, not what's here, down here. Down here makes no difference to you, and you should know your gearing and stuff like that, so you should be able to hear it. You shouldn't have to look at a gear gauge, which is what this bike is all about. Aside from the fact that you've got, okay, look, so it doesn't employ a full tilt traction control system. I don't think there's any need actually for a traction control system with a whole 500cc. That's a red robot, but it doesn't have need for a full traction system. It does, however, have ABS front and back. I think that's going to be the only problem with the guys that'll buy this for adventure riding, is that you can't turn off the ABS. The ABS does not turn off, so you can't get wild on this thing. But also, you're not exactly gonna strap on a set of knobblies on this thing and purposely go out of your way to ride this thing on the dirt. It's not made for it. Although you can handle it, it's not made for it. Brilliant color scheme. So this is the green. I'm actually not sure what the exact name is. You get it in green, you get it in matte black, and you get it obviously in Honda's traditional red. And I can tell you this much: this green, you know, when we got word that we were gonna get this bike for test, I obviously do a little bit of homework, and I saw the green, and I was like, ugh. I'm like, green? Why green? And it's like an olivey green. I was a little bit skittish, to be honest with you, about what this bike was going to look like in a green trim. But in hindsight, it's actually a really nice green. It's a little bit low for my liking personally, but it's still it's easy to maneuver. It's lightweight. It's lacquer. The little Harley Sportster that looks at things. I want to look at him properly. And you see, yeah, I'm not going to drop him. There's no ways. He's got a bit more. Yeah, it looks like the Sportster 883. I don't have that type of power, but at the same time, he doesn't have my fuel efficiency. So I'll beat him on the long distance. So this one obviously has the extras on. Tinted visor, that's not standard. The tinted visor is not standard. It's got the straps for the magnetic tank pad thingy on. It's got the back straps under the seat, as far as I know, for the tail bag from Honda. It's got the crash bar system on. That's not standard. It's optional extras. And I would suggest actually getting, in particular, just at least the crash bars, especially if you're going to be using this as a daily commute and a daily run around. Get your crash bars. Don't be silly. Get the crash bars. It saves you those small minor little oopsies that you have in everyday life. You don't want those problems. So yeah, 5th gear, 80 k's an hour. I'm sitting on 4,500 RPM. 6th gear, just settle the motor down, 4,200 RPM, 86 k's an hour. Very relaxed, very calm, very controlled. Absolute dream of a commuter bike. 25.9, that's my average at the moment. Let me actually have a look, see what my total average was. I'll tell you guys now. Trip B, total average 25.8 kilometers to a liter. That works out to like just over 4. It's around the 4 liters to 100 k's out of a 500cc parallel twin. Like I say, bear in mind that's not riding like I'm riding right now, all docile and chilled and relaxed and traffic and I'm gonna jump this quick because I've got the power. I mean, look at that. Effortless. So yeah guys, Honda's 2023 CB500X, seriously worth a look at for new riders, youngsters, flighties in high school. If you're looking at getting your 18-year-old his first bike for school and back, and you don't want to kill the bank and break the bank, seriously take a look at it. If you want to what do you call it, just commute from work to back every day, just a general everyday little town runabout, this is what you should look at. So I'm going to park here quickly, take a couple of shots for you guys. You guys can take a walk around and take a look at the bike and see it. And awesome guys, enjoy.